Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. Let's check in on the Muslim voters that Joe Biden's trying to court in states like Minnesota, shall we? Here we go. This headline reads, Muslim girls at Minnesota elementary school beat up 9-year-old former friend because she wasn't Muslim, mom says. Sounds about right. The victim's mother claims that the Muslim girls had been friends with her daughter all year long, but that one day in late April, they approached her daughter at the playground and told her they could no longer be friends because the victim is presumed to be Christian. In an unprovoked attack, which was caught in part on the school's surveillance cameras, one of the Muslim girls slugging the 9-year-old victim in the face, leaving her with a black eye. After that, the attack moves out of range of the cameras, but bruises all over the victim's arms and legs appear to corroborate her account of having been pulled down to the ground by her hair, punched, and then kicked. The victim claims the other girls told her that if she fought back, they would hit each other until they had injuries, and then they would report her to school officials as being the aggressor. Making matters worse, the school principal actually believes the victim because of what she saw on camera. And she told the girl's mother as much, that the 9-year-old was completely innocent and had done nothing to provoke an attack. She was targeted solely because of her race and religious background. But guess what? This is what makes it so bad. The school still never reported the incident to police despite knowing all that, nor did they suspend, expel, or send to remote learning the girls alleged to have been responsible for the brutal and bigoted attack. It was the victim's mom who had to contact law enforcement to get a report done. Some religion of peace, right? For all this talk about scary white Christian fascists running around, that's never stopped the left from completely inventing from whole cloth entire fake race hoaxes against white Christians because, guess what? Despite all their deranged cries to the contrary, they don't actually fear any Christian reprisals whatsoever. But when Islamic aggressors act out and commit real hate crimes, everyone gets too afraid to do anything about it because they do fear the reprisals of the religion of peace. Funny how that works. In my own experience, the only time I've ever heard a true anti-Semitic attack, it happened while I was in high school, when one of the cool kids, a guy whose family's from Pakistan, found out that his best friend was Jewish as they discussed their ancestry during some free time at the end of math class. It's hard to recount the exact tenor and viciousness of this kid's verbal abuse of his Jewish friend. He was yelling at his friend in front of the entire classroom about how if his dad had known that he was Jewish when he came to their house, that something really bad could have happened. The Muslim guy kept yelling at the Jewish student about how betrayed he felt, that he had gotten so close and shared so much with someone who turned out to be Jewish, as if that was a crime. It was enough to reduce his friend, and mind you, this friend is a teen, close to adulthood, if not 18 already at this time, who was known somewhat as a jock and a cool guy, and yet it reduced him to tears. Everyone in that classroom got really quiet and afraid, probably worried like I was, that the Muslim kid was about to go full jihadi on us as he ranted and raved. But guess what? The teacher never intervened. She sat nervously at her desk until the bell rang and everyone shuffled out quickly. I never saw or heard about the Muslim kid facing any sort of repercussions for his verbal harassment. And this was in California, with all of our supposed anti-bullying and anti-discrimination and zero-tolerance policies. They only seem to go one way. The only change is that the once best friends stopped talking and hanging out. That was it. But we all know what would have happened if the roles were reversed. That also reminds me how in another class, an art class, the super liberal teacher I had used to love the Iraqi migrant kid who could barely speak English. Well, he was her best friend until one day in his broken English, he told the class that he was Christian. Surprise, surprise, and that his family had to flee Iraq because the Muslims were trying to kill them. He had been insulted when the teacher one day just assumed he was Muslim because of his racial background. You could see the look on her face and was not happy. And then she stopped favoring the student after that, stopped talking to him. But she never stopped favoring the illegal alien kids from Mexico who sat next to me and who stole the art supplies my dad went out of his way to buy me, even when she did her own little investigation and found out that, yes, they were indeed the culprits.